Hey there, you great people. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. I hope you've had a chance to check out my Goodness in People video I've just put up, starring Stefan, Scott and more people. Obviously you can see I'm in the kitchen here. As promised, I'm doing another one of these home cooking videos, or Paulbhustlin85 cooks, in my new magnet kitchen. Some of you already know from the comments, I'm doing an Italian theme. I mean, who doesn't love pizza, spaghetti bolognese, lasagna, you know, stuff like that, who doesn't? Well, I'm not doing any of those things, but I'm doing something which is equally as damn good. I'm going to show you now. I'm actually doing, it'll be beef meatballs, some meatballs in a pasta sauce, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And you can have this with spaghetti, you know, stuff like this. You can do this with either like spaghetti, the pasta spirals, whatever, linguine, you could do it with that if you really want to. I'm going to do this with spaghetti at the end. I'm going to show you what we've got here. And yes, these actually got 24 of these mini beef meatballs. I think they're 10% fat. I actually got these reduced from Marks and Spencer's, which is a store up in town, or just the outskirts of town. If you want to make these, by the way, buy at least 10% minced beef, and just mix it all up so it's fine in a bowl. Then add salt and pepper, chop in some fresh coriander leaf or cilantro if you're in the US, or if not, coriander powder. And then on these I put about half a teaspoon of mixed herbs, half a teaspoon of garlic, quarter of a teaspoon of ginger, quarter of a teaspoon of chili powder, hot chili powder, but if you don't like spice, it doesn't matter, don't bother. And of course salt and black pepper. And just roll them into balls, literally, that's all you need. Maybe moisten them with a bit of oil and just literally roll them into balls. I've chopped up 5 cherry tomatoes here into 8 pieces. Then I've got this stuff here which is pasta sauce. If you see a glass shelves of cooking sauce and it says pasta sauce, bolognese sauce or lasagna sauce, that's what's in this jar here, like a tomato based sauce. Obviously I've also got a tin of chopped tomatoes, and I've very finely chopped up 1 very large onion as well. And of course I've got my wok here, which I put 2 tablespoons of rapeseed oil in, but again, sunflower oil, vegetable oil, you can use. I know in a lot of Italian cooking they use olive oil. I don't, because it's quite a strong flavour and I think it spoils the dish a little bit. So yeah, I did say on here as well, didn't I? I think I put half a teaspoon of garlic powder and a quarter of a teaspoon of ginger as well. I think I forgot to say that, but yeah, that's what's gone onto these meatballs. What we do anyway is get our pan up to temperature, and then I'll put our finely chopped onion into the pan, which is what I'm going to do in a minute. I'll be back in a second once the onion is done. And we're going to do the onion on about a medium, so on about a 3 on here out of 6, for 4 or 5 minutes until it turns translucent and softens. I'll catch you in a second. Right, so we've done those onions, which are very finely chopped, for about 3 or 4 minutes now on 3 out of 6 on the hob, so about medium heat. We're now going to add these 24 mini beef meatballs, which I've already told you how to make at home. One thing I did forget to say is take these out of the fridge about half an hour before you start cooking the onions and the rest, because you want them to get up to room temperature, because if you put them in straight from the fridge, it's going to be a lot of cold meat going in a hot pan, and it'll cool the pan right down and they might end up boiling. If that happens, they might fall to pieces, so not a good idea. So what I'll do now is turn the heat up slightly to say 5, actually quite a bit, up to quite high, and put them in the pan, because you're putting cold ingredient into a hot pan, so it will naturally cool down. Just put that in there. Give that a bit of a shake, a bit of stuff around. We'll keep it on that high now for literally just about 30 seconds while the pan adjusts the cold heat going in. Literally what we've been in there 20 seconds already now probably. Just give them a little flip and a toss around. Make sure it's in the centre of the ring. And then mix it all together. And be gentle with these, you don't want to like start breaking them up in pieces and whatever else, you know. Be very gentle with them. Now we'll do these, well 30 seconds they've been on high, so I'm going to go back down to about 2, quite a low, and keep moving them, don't let them stick, and we'll do these meatballs now for probably about 4 or 5 minutes on this sort of low to medium heat of 2, and keep moving, like I said, don't let the onion stick, because it'll absorb most of the oil, and don't let the meatballs stick. So after about 3 or 4 minutes, once these have taken some colour all the way around, I will be back with you. One thing I did forget to mention just now, and I've said this before when I've done the curries and the stir fries, if the pan is starting to dry out as the onions and the meatballs absorb the cooking oil that you first started with, and it starts getting dry, instead of keep adding more oil and end up with a really oily dish at the end, just keep adding a few teaspoons of water, cold water out the tap every now and then. So we've done our meatballs on a medium, so 3 out of 6 on the gas, or electric cooker in this case, on the ring, for literally 5 minutes until virtually no pink is showing, no raw beef on these meatballs. If there is, it doesn't matter if it's only a tiny bit, because remember, we're not stopped cooking them yet. What we're going to do now is get our jug even of this, what I call pasta sauce, which if you find it in a jar in your store, depending on what country you're from, it might be called arrabbiata, pasta sauce, bolognese sauce, or lasagna sauce. All the same stuff, so don't worry. We're going to add all that into this wok. Then at the same time, I'm going to just put you down here, very quickly go over to the sink and put around about 200 ml of water in the jug. About 150 ml even. And then we're going to grab our tomatoes that are chopped into 8s, which is 8 large cherry tomatoes, but you could use little plum tomatoes. Even if you've only got the big salad tomatoes, you could just use 1 or 2 of them if they're really large. Now also the chopped tomatoes, if I point in the right direction, that would help, right? Also in this, we're going to run a bit of water in just to fill it maybe a quarter of the way up, maybe about 1.5 inches of the can. Hardly anything. Tip that in. Give that a good stir around now. All the pasta sauce and water's mixed together with the chopped tomatoes, the tinned tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, the meatballs, the onions, all mixed together. And if I do, I go around the edges rather than the middle too much, because you don't want to start breaking these meatballs down into nothing. That's pretty well stirred. What I'll do now is change the gas or the temperature up to about 5, and we'll get this like a slight bit of a boil for about a minute, and then once it's boiling, we'll turn the gas down. So it might take about 4 or 5 minutes to get this up on a boil on quite high, on 5 as you see. Once it is, I'll be back with you. As you can see now, I've got this up to a sort of gentle boil. Give it a decent stir. Again, be a bit gentle with this because you don't start breaking the meatballs. Although by now they should have firmed up. Once it gets to this stage, it took about 5 minutes to get up this stage on 5, on quite high. We're at that point now, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn us back down to about 2, so like a low to medium, lowish. Give it another bit of a stir, and we'll leave that now for probably about, on 2, probably about 15-20 minutes. It has a chance to get rid of some of that water we added, and obviously the water that comes in the tinned tomatoes and the pasta sauce. It has a chance to reduce down, those wonderful flavours will be coming through even stronger. Once I've had a chance to simmer this for 15-20 minutes, I'll be back with you. Welcome back. So on a sort of low to medium, 2 or 3 out of 6 on the gas, or electric cooker in this case, it's actually reduced down now quite a bit. We was up around here somewhere. It's gone down about 1 inch, so a lot of that moisture has come out and it's pretty much ready. I'm not going to show you how to make spaghetti or how to cook it or anything. It's pretty straightforward, right? If you do want a video showing how to properly cook spaghetti, whether it be normal or al dente as they call it, with a little bit of bite in Italian, then I will do. By the way, normally with these Italian dishes, whether it be pizza, lasagna, spaghetti bolognese, meatballs in pasta sauce like this, I normally serve it with garlic bread or garlic baguette, but I don't have any at all. So what I do sometimes is get like a thick piece of white bread. I'll put it in the toaster if you don't have one, under the grill. If not, in the oven. I know the grill over in America, you call it a broiler, I think. And what I'll do is I'll put it in as it is, and when it's toasted a little bit and gone brown, the bread, so it's then turned from bread to toast, I'll spread a little of olive oil spread or butter or margarine on, just a little bit. Then a little bit of garlic powder. And if you only have fresh garlic, not garlic powder, just rub it with a little bit of a clove of a garlic. And there you've got your garlic toast and to go with your nice Italian dish. I really hope you enjoyed this video anyway. Thank you so much as always for watching, tuning in, subscribing and generally supporting me. I love all of you. And I have to speak to my mum just now. Thank you so much, Mum, for everything you do, and good luck with everything that's coming up for you in the future, in the near future. And a very happy Mother's Day. I did say I'd put this on this video, so, and I mean that as well. You deserve everything that's coming to you in goodness and in life in general. So yeah, well done. I'm really proud of you. Also, please do not forget to check out my other great content and playlist on this Paulbhustlin85. Also, please do not forget to like, especially subscribe and hit that notification bell. Well, I hope you enjoyed this cooking video once again. I've probably still got the churchyard tour coming up in a bit, so watch out for that one. Thank you as always and have a great day.